All right, there you go. I think this is now streaming live on YouTube. Great. Oh, we also have Rashmi here. Hi, Rashmi. Just join in here.
Hello, Rashmi. Check.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Rashmi.
Hi, how are you?
Awesome. To get on the other side of the Q&A. I think he's been asking way too many questions, so I think it's time to answer some from his.
Yes, I think this is going to be an interesting sort of a session.
All right.
Also, who suggested this old ways won't open new doors?
Him, it's entire is the man. I think
but it's also something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please.
No, I was saying that it's a very nice, catchy sort of theme. So really looking forward to it.
Yes, Doc. I mean, that was what actually occurred to me after. I mean, I've known Shivam for quite some time, and it's just that after we had a couple of conversations which led to this eventually, and now that we're doing that, I think that what really symbolizes his journey so far, and always open to a lot of new challenges and opportunities, and always made his self presence very distinct. So all right, I think I'll just leave the flattery for the rest of the show. I don't want to shoot it right away. Yeah, so yes, Rashmi, I think let's have some opening thoughts from you. If you could just let us know how you've known Shivam as a person, and you've had the fortune of working, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I was a postgraduate student, and he was a senior resident in Maulana Azad. So had the opportunity to work with him and for him both. So because he's just a second, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so as I was saying, so I think he's an all-in-all team player completely, and I'm sure you would be bringing out most of his personality through the session. So yes, really looking forward to this.
Absolutely. So okay, so I think that was Dr. Rashmi. I think just filling your thoughts on this. All right, so we do have a couple of Shivam's friends also joining in. People, I think we have, this must be Soumya ma'am. Hello, good evening, Soumya ma'am.
This is Soumya ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am is also here. Okay. So
Ma'am,
they're going to be a lot of surprises, huh, Shivam? Teachers all resurfacing.
No, this is, I saw your previous episodes as well, and I am quite intrigued and curious as well. Okay, on Sunday evening ko aayega. I mean, yeah, really looking forward.
All right. Okay, so I think we'll take a minute, I think. Hello, Soumya ma'am. Yeah, I think ma'am just connected with us.
Hi, Denzi. How are you?
Hi, ma'am. Good. All good.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, Shivam. All the best.
When you were there, then all the lines.
Ma'am, ये वाइवा देने नहीं जा रहा है. आप all the best बोल रहे हो उसको.
Best wishes for both of you.
Yes, wishes.
Nice. That's really sweet. Okay, I think the YouTube relay is on. Just letting everybody know. Okay, all good and fine. All right, so it's 6:01. I think we can start this off, Shivam.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So, yeah, I think you start with the questions then. Okay.
Let me just think. I think, can everybody see? Okay, I've just spotlighted your video for the audience. All right. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to PhD 101. On a Sunday evening, as we like it to be, we host these rendezvous sessions, which are completely informal and quote unquote outside the syllabus strictly, because that's what really makes us what we are as we grow as people in our specialty, and to bring out the fullest potential in each of us. Now, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome to the session today a very special guest, a dear senior of mine, someone who I've observed and noticed and learned a lot from duration his times as GDC, and had the privilege of interacting at a couple of instances through our conferences, as well as the time in Maids when he worked as a senior resident. And we're really happy to have Dr. Shivam Kapoor with us, uh, presently working as a technical advisor at monitoring evaluation at the Union, which is the International Union Against Tuberculosis and Lung Diseases, at the Southeast Asia Regional Office based in New Delhi. Now, for people who are wondering that why do we have this special and why do we have non-academic sessions, because PhD 101 has grown over a year now, almost, has been addressing the needs of the subject and helping students revise across the country, and mainly to focus on the specialty. Now, to begin with, our specialty of public health dentistry is so unique in itself that it encompasses everything under the sun, right? So when we address to as public issues, we do have a lot of other topics which are beyond the chapters of learning, which we interact in community experiences on a one-to-one basis. Now, this Rendezvous series was curated exactly for this section, where we try to throw aspect on various issues which have led public health dentists to explore other fields as well. We've had, in fact, last month we've had a couple of celebrity episodes. We've had people interested in photography and videography, and then also we had people who are working and writing down songs and literature and so many other things. We also had a couple of students who've gone overseas and have tried to, break the mold, I would say, and go through unconventional ways. The whole idea is to give students a relatable idea where they can imbibe some values, can relate to experiences which are going to be shared by our guests, and then eventually imbibe to, as a part of their practice and their upbringing. And as we know, in this world of today, we are hugely influenced by so many external factors, and there's this information paradox which is continuously overflowing. So for us, the more digital we get, the more humanized we need to become with experiences. So here to everybody, we bring to you yet another story of Dr. Shivam Kapoor, who everybody else, maybe the friends and people around him would be knowing, but I'm definitely really happy to introduce him to our panel today. And let's hear over the next couple of moments where we be exchanging a lot of information. We'll be having a lot of casual good evening. So all of you grab yourself a cup of coffee and just sit back, enjoy the rains if it does, happen to pour in your cities. And yes, Shivam. So your opening thoughts on this.
Yeah, thank you, Denzi. First of all, I think the call which I had in the beginning with you, I was amazed to hear about PhD 101. And I think it's pretty much a fantastic job which you're doing altogether. And I would like to congratulate you, firstly, because the kind of episodes, like you said, public health dentistry is everything under the sun. And I think bringing that to this stage to all the newbies, new joiners of the field, and especially during the current pandemic situation where everyone is trying bringing technology to your to yourself, to the home. And this is something like you've roped in people from Harvard and Kashmir and MP, and so it's kind of like you said, I'm here for the casual gupshup, not here to give any lecture. So yeah, I mean this idea of it, I was pretty much happy, and I look forward to having this Sunday evening, spending this virtual coffee with all of you together. So yeah, let's see how it goes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to everyone to be here. So it be a rendezvous with everyone whom we have been part of my lives, and surely yours as well. So,
Okay. Awesome. Just a minute, Shivam, before we start off, I think we have a couple of guests who've joined in. Dr. S.S. Hiramat sir is here. Good evening, sir. Dr. Puranik sir is here. Again, awesome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Such a
Fine,
long.
thank you. Good evening, Shivam.
Hi, sir. Namaste, sir. Puranik, sir.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good
It's-
evening,
it-
Hiramat sir.
It's
Good
very
evening, Dr. Denji.
Yes, sir. Please. Yeah, if you'd like to say a few words before we start the session. Yes. First.
Yeah, I'm eager to hear from Shivam. Let's see.
Okay. For those
Very nice.
who aren't aware, Shivam happens to be Dr. Puranik sir's student in JDC. So his postgraduate days of mentoring were from sir. Hiramat sir, this session.
Yeah, I'm equally eager to listen to Shivam's the version he joined for the post-graduation public dentistry. And I've seen him a couple of times in the department some years back, and he was very enthusiastic, very active person, showed a lot of interest in taking it at a further level. So anyway, I'm very happy to be there with all of you today evening and listen what the Shivam Kapoor says about it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was really kind. All right, so I think this will be a little unusual, Shivam, and a little beyond the Grand Viva experienced. I think when you met all the teachers the last time on panel like this, but then let's just a quick reminder to everybody. It's a casual evening. It's to know the lesser known aspects of each of us, especially the guest on board today, Shivam, the various things he's been up to, and as we'd like to say it, public health and content creation and so much more. So I think we're all ears for it, Shivam. I think you can shoot and take us through this, and quickly we'll come back after the session for a gupshup and rendezvous with all the guests as well who've joined us. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Firstly, I think Dr. Hiramat sir and Dr. Puranik sir, it's a privilege to be on the same screen, and I'm really happy to have you here on this evening. So I would hope that this goes beyond my viva, and with all your blessings, I hope we all have a fun evening here, all of us. So, Denzi, with your permission, should I begin the journey?
Yes, please. Yes,
All
please.
of us. Okay. Yeah. So I think, starting before public health, I would like to just begin with how landing up in dentistry happened. I'll just link it to how I had even explored this area, even in my PG. I did this kind of short study as well, how a student or anyone takes interest into dentistry. What are the things that come into, what are the factors? Don't want to sound so nerd. So yeah, talking about here, my journey had been beginning BDS course from Manipal College of Dental Sciences. Initially, I had this thought and wish to be a doctor, have a label in front of my name. That's how this whole thing had been. So MCODs happened because the form my dad had got, कि ये एक बहुत अच्छा college है, you should go ahead with it and just try. To my knowledge, to my mind, all India was the thing, but unfortunately, that never happened, and MCODs is where I got into. So this is 2006, beginning with where dental roots were laid into my journey. So this is the college campus, our building here, and I'm very happy and excited to be here. So I'll be putting up some glimpses here, and I'll be just taking you along with the journey. This is again a morphed picture. Of course, there's no twin of mine in this world. So this is our radiology room where we used to do the authentic, fixing of the X-ray. You can see the machine here. So I was just looking out and getting some interesting pictures from my hard disk to have this presentation made. So yeah, and I think I'll give you few knickknacks. I'm not sure if present dental students are using such things. So I had the privilege to use one of those, and we were quite fascinated with this. I'm sure this is still there in Manipal, and I would like to revisit it once again. So yeah, so this is landing up all my batchmates. I don't think any one of them has joined here right now. If anyone has, please pop in. So this is our interesting posting in pedodontics, and I think pretty much fun days, I would say, in Manipal, where this is a Diwali picture. I think why this college campus had been pretty special because every one of us were living in from one or the other place, and it has been like one family. So I have put some personal pictures and some college pictures as well. So that's how this whole journey had been. This is out of the college dental thing, something which I was always interested in, and I had taken special things apart. I have developed the interest there. So this was one. I think every frequent year there was a festival called as Utsav that used to happen back in Manipal. So this is one of the sculpting competitions. I think this was the first time that our batch had taken interest कि हम वो सारे lacron covers के साथ कुछ करके दिखाते हैं. Otherwise, because we had all the tools being dentists, but no one actually was trying all of that here. So I think this was one great first event, and there were multiple pictures here. So again, these are some pictures. This is one of the oral surgery postings. Of course, I look quite like a boiled egg here. And again, few of my very gorgeous looking happy faces, batchmates, all my friends out there. And so this is again at the end of our Manipal internship when we were exposed to quite a lot of suburb field camps where we used to go, and that's where public health was nurtured in me somewhere. So एक घूमने का कीड़ा had already been there, to be honest. So yeah, so about it, I think and pretty much happy with the exposure during the internship with postgraduate students in their research uh, area. Now, apart from this, I am also displaying some fun pictures. These are some other activities in the college campus where we used to do fashion shows, parades, and skits, and a lot of mimicries. So this picture, why has been a part of it. If you can see the person in the middle, this is my fashion show team, which was organized by Panache, and we won. We came second here. And again, if you see the props and the makeup here is pretty much on oral cancer and hookah. So here also we had that knack of inculcating the public health principle. So that was pretty interesting. We had this hippie theme in which we had first and second round of what is good and bad, and depicting how cancer can really take a toll on you, and it was really appreciated. uh, some pictures from my grad's day. Of course, this is where the Hippocratic oath was taken, and really proud Manipalite, I would say. And yeah, this is again one of the grads day. So yeah, this is me again. So next comes. So this is my entire batch. I think we had around 100 strength of 100 students, and this was a very proud moment for all of us. You can make out from our eyes only. So yeah, just 2011 was end of internship in Manipal, and uh, pretty much from there the journey of post graduation was taking in, and we were all studying together. So next was the KCET exam, which used to happen back then. This is 2011. So that I had cleared, and I got a pretty goodish rank around 15, where I, opted for Government Dental College and Research Institute, and so public health was my choice right there. I'll be honest that I was having look out for oral surgery that time, but of course that was not there. So public health came into picture. Here, a guilty confession I would also like to make. Public health had not been my preference in my undergrads. I would say it was the subject which I actually did not take my final sessional exam as well, because I was too scared to read the entire fluoride chapter. So public health लेने का ऐसा priority नहीं था उस time पे. I think there's some. I would say that I was pretty much not knowing the subject. UG में उतना नहीं पता होता, and for me it was pretty much theoretical what I had been exposed to. So, but then talking about when I researched about Government Dental College, because it was the first college where the field was introduced, and it had Dr. Hiremat sir, and I knew about the department. So that was something like a great push that I could take. Of course, the second counseling did gave me a choice between pedo, but I opted for community or public health. So this is I've taken some legendary pictures. These are my batchmates. I'm sure Manjunath sir and Hiremat sir would be laughing looking at it. So actually, this is outside the toilet. This is depicted, and we always used to find it really fun.
It's a technical specs of problem.
Yeah.
Myself, Sindhu.
So this is again all my batchmates and few of my senior. So one of the, I'm not sure, Denzi, you can answer me here, if Dr. Anuradha has been on PhD
Yes,
once.
she has. In fact,
Okay.
a couple of weeks
So
earlier, she was
this
there.
would be pretty fun, whoever I'm showing here, to look at our faces, the innocent people, innocent students. So yeah, so I think I really have a great memory of GDCRI. Taking back to one of our very coveted event which we organized was the national level workshop on ART with under Manjunath sir's guidance and Dr. Namita ma'am's initiative. This was a way we could have Yoi Franken, the master father figure of ART. I'm not sure if you were part of it. I don't think you had. Were you?
I was there.
You were there. Okay. I think we did not meet at that time, and I could not find a picture. Sorry. So this is I could find one picture. You can see Namita ma'am, and I think Dinta is also there in the middle. And one of my juniors, or Dr. Jacob, is in the picture. He's from Indian Navy. Pretty amazed stuff organizing this. I still remember the role which was given to me in this was be backstage, make black coffee, and keep supplying Mr. Franken. So I couldn't learn, I would say, as much as you did, but then I had a lot of fun. Again, very interesting picture here. I'm not sure our fellow dental students have had the opportunity to work on such a dental chair. So this is a very fun and beautiful memory from our camps, where me and my co-PGs, Dr. Gaurav Sharma, Anushri, and Dr. Gaurav Gupta. So all of us used to had this responsibility, chal pade hain ke utha ke chair leke, and we used to arrange this, and then practice. I have this picture next where we are, this is me and my batchmate. So this is our dental van, of course, and all of us are, in full swing with the interns. This is one camp from, I think, Tumkur, where we had a very amazing camp, and we stayed quite for 1 or 2 days, and we had a lot of patients there. Again, few of oral health, oral hygiene instructions being given here. This is Dr. Namita on the screen. A lot of, camps. This is one old age home camp. You can see Dr. Namita, Dr. Uma ma'am. And these are few PGs from GDCRI. Again, another picture where we have my batchmates are there, and yeah, of course, this I really found this picture with Manjunath sir, where we were having this, so this and we are flagging GDCRI. So this is one of the rallies from the National Oral Health Day, and yeah, these are my seniors. I think you can recognize few of them for sure. Gaurav is there, Dr. Deepa ma'am is there, Shri is there, Dr. Saurabha ma'am, Dr. Ashwini, all of us. Some fun moments from GDCRI. This is the epic canteen, and next to it, these are all of us playing Holi. So this is again one fun memory, and not to forget, yeah, you can see the encrypted day 2014 where Dr. Yashoda ma'am is doing the honors is the Ayudh Puja. So I think I do remember these fun days where we used to celebrate and decorate the department. Some glimpses from the conventions and conferences. So I think the previous one is from Tumkur, and this one is 2012 Lucknow. So Hirmat sir is also here with us. Sir is there, yes. So GDCRI was, I don't know how time passed. 3 years were quite great learning, and like rightly said, public health, the kind of exposure which had been there from right from camps. Uh, and I think I had the opportunity to have night stay or overnight camps where we actually had bonfires. Apart from the great work where we, one of the camps was having the OPD of around 3,000. So that's something no one can take from all of us, and it's been a pleasure. And I think apart from this, the thesis journey and with sir writing, knowing how each and every word should be inculcated scientifically, it has been pretty much great. In public health department, now talking about the tobacco cessation, which we were trained under NIMHANS as well, and had pretty great experience with Pitt and Fisher sealants as well. And so there were some routes inculcated, of course, and we had good patient exposure in the department. Some great days with these are not PhD PGs; these are all the PGs from GDCRI. Of course, I love this lighting. It's in the you can call, we used to have our extracurricular events in here, all the food events. So this is one of the Independence Day celebrations. So this is again one memory of GDCRI. Of course, I want to embarrass myself by putting this out here, but so like don't look at my face, focus on the poster. It says Chole. So it was a fun parody. I don't know how I pulled it off in GDCRI. So because I was one PG along with all the interns who was like, let's do this. And it was, so apart from just having all the skits which are public health importance, I think there was always a creative aspect which was here, and I'm happy that Manipal or GDCRI helped a lot to nurture it. Of course, I will never wear a purple bell bottom in my life again, but kudos to Manjunath sir to help me pose out of outside the department like this. I'm sure you had a very serious lecture with the person in picture along with me. So this is again a fashion show which we had, a pretty happy memory. And the next picture which you see is again we had experimented a no tobacco slow song parody, which was I think in one of the GDCRI alumni meet. So I think I had tried myself to find some balance when it comes to fun and public health. So yeah, that's pretty much that. So 2012 to 15 had been GDC. After that, came back home. So 9 years, if you say, I was in Karnataka. still cannot write Kannada. I'm sorry about it. I tried my best. Can speak a bit and understand most of it, I'm sure, now. But then came back home from, so back to Meerut. And that's when the beyond MDS road starts, and how and what and where. So I'll share a few things before I actually stepped into another dental institute. Uh, I mean, we can even have a discussion on it later on. So I didn't jump into this. I was pretty much वो होता है ना कि हमें एक मॉडल तो दिखाया जाता है, तो वही था कि टीचिंग would be that in a good public health department, and was trying. आते ही made a CV, Manjunath sir to call and to all the teachers, कि what next, how do we go about it, and everyone in their best capabilities and capacities was very helpful to share uh, apply here and there. And meanwhile, so there were two places where I had applied senior residency. That was one was PGI Chandigarh and other was Maulana Azad. PGI Chandigarh, again I got shortlisted. 3 days exam was there. But एक bad luck था कि RGHS ने हमारे results were not, the mark sheet was not there, results were not out, and that was the requirement there. So in the third round, it was like a 10 days gap that you produce it and we can consider you. But after a few days, Maulana Azad was there, and I had taken its exam, and that happened luckily. And yeah, so but then there was a sabbatical in joining Maulana Azad senior residency for reasons that there was a gap of around 6 months, and again I was not working for that time. So during that time also I tried some exploring something in core public health. I don't have any pictures to display for it. I joined a private organization that was working in breast cancer. Name is IBE, Eye Breast Exam, from Philadelphia, and that's where I actually had a 2 months exposure of how I can explore beyond dentistry as well. And I worked as in the capacity of clinical coordinator in Delhi NCR region, where how I can best be handling a project which deals with organizing camps related to this new device of diagnosis of breast cancer. So that was pretty great experience, but आंखें गड़ी हुई थी maids पे, I would be honest, and I was keenly looking forward to that. Because of course I had cleared it. So yeah, so Maulana Azad Institute of Digital Sciences, again third great, pretty amazing experience for me. That happened in April 2016 is when I finally joined, and this is our first year department picture. This was pretty much a professional photo shoot for the yearbook magazine, and you can see all of us with bright smiles. Vikrant sir leading the chair in the middle, and I am behind somewhere. But Vipul sir, Ashwini ma'am is there, Dr. Swati is there, Rashmi is there, whom we spoke in the very beginning, and all my good PGs, department sister Gs there. Very loving memory. This is from second year. Of course, Vipul sir was had gone, and Dr. Vaibhav Gupta, another, you know him, another friend of mine from Manipal, and he joined here. So this is second year, and finally our picture from third year. I found it from here and there, little bit from my hard disk. So, but then yeah, it's a great memory. So we have so like all my loving PGs, friends, I should say, and now co-peers. All of them are here: Rashmi, Veda, Neetu, Surbhi, Sneha, and of course, ma'am and sir. So, uh, and names happened with again some interesting, cool stuff. I would say initial 2 months after I joined mates, a lot of department exposure in camps. I think wonderful exposure in government schools, old age homes, whatnot, NCCs, and of course tobacco cessation clinic, which is under the flagship of Vikrant sir, which is there. But apart from that, I was posted for 6 months in Delhi High Court as a senior resident. First time this also happened. Amazing experience because the OPD only dentist with 2 dental hygienists practicing with me, and they had on rotation from Delhi government, and this was the first time they had requested maids to have someone in place, and from public health I was sent. So, it was like an OPD of ranging from 20 to 40, all lawyers and judges or common people, and me being the dentist. And I think that's where I actually practiced a lot of RCTs and extractions. So, again, shifting from dental public health to core clinical stuff as well. Of course, dental public health, depending on the institute and your field, you practice everything clinical, or as we some students call it, non-clinical. So up to you. But then I had the privilege, I would say. Uh, Dr. Mahesh Verma sir is here in the picture. This is one of the picture from yearbook committee. This is outside our new building. Great memories from World No Tobacco Day. These are few rallies where we are, doing roaming around and literally going on door to door for passing the message. This was one event called as Dosti under TCC, which was again a competition national level which we organized. I still remember it was the first time I had that creative poster made, and even now people call me on that number for TCC for maids because this poster of this event exists. So this was a great memory. Again, a very great, national level event which we organized. Few camps. This is one NCC camp, old age camp. This is dental health mela at Maids. You can see our happy faces. Again, pretty cool stuff. And I think our stall won the prize in one of this event. Again, great exposure. I think how I got the idea how health ministers are part of giving jingles and health messages, and this can also be inculcated in public health. So pretty great stuff. This is one FICCI Healthcare Excellent Award. I had the privilege to be the part of the team here. You can, with Vikrant sir, Ashwini ma'am, and of course they thought to not have me with Tina Ambani, so they just chugged me off in the selfie. So pretty great memory here. This is again an event at AIMS. I don't think I can even spot myself, but very good exposure. And this is the International Symposium at AIMS where Dr. Cohen, you can see in the picture, again, sugar the new tobacco. So I think one camp picture which was displayed in paper. So I think somewhere or the other, this no tobacco had been out there with me subconsciously as well. So that's that. I've taken the privilege to put up some fun pictures here. Sorry, who are the vegetarians people here. I'm really sorry about it. But pretty fun memory from old Delhi. Again, these are some casual outings with Dr. Vikrant sir. This is, of course, with the man who's interviewing me. I have only one picture with you. So this was again one PG convention. I think by this time I had actually my tenure with Maulana Azad was pretty much done, but of course I was not going anywhere, so I was a part of it. And thanks to mates that they invited me. Pretty again fun things in Maids, which was some fashion shows and other cultural events. So after April 2019, which was when I had to leave, I would say Maulana Azad, मुझे निकाला गया क्योंकि 3 साल का ही contract था. After that, I think I was again back to where to go. And uh, by this time, I would say that I was pretty much clear कि ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ dental public health should be the lookout. But of course, that is where I have done my postgrads. But since everything is under the sun, like how we started, so we have those roots, and we have been, I believe we have been brushed pretty much amazingly. एंड आई डू थिंक दैट ऐसा कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं है कि पीएसएम में उन्होंने हमसे ज्यादा पढ़ लिया है और वी नो लेस. It's all how you want to build your road. So there was this direction, and it's destiny as well, that in the convention, in our PG convention, union was there for one pre-convention workshop. And that's where I actually got to know about the organization. It's there in Southeast Asian Delhi. Of course, I had read about International Union in जो हमारा चैप्टर होता है सुगम पीटर में, when we had read on voluntary and non-voluntary health organization. So that's where, because the history goes back to Robert Koch, and had some idea but not really that it's in Delhi, नहीं पता था. So that's where I heard about it, and started applying in other places which where there are research projects in public health in our country, in tuberculosis and tobacco control, in malaria elimination. So that's where I had applied in few research organizations like NIHFW, NICPR, ICMR institutes. And Union had one opportunity back then, which was a project post of research coordinator. So a joint collaborative project with Johns Hopkins University, and the tenure was just 2 months. From April to if you join, it's just 2 months, and that's when I applied. But the joining happened pretty late in July, and my first contract was only short-lived. But the project, because it got extended, and till May 2000. So I joined in July 2019, until May 2020 is when I could happily and successfully deliver the project. So this was tobacco control entirely. Amazing exposure of working in tobacco control laws compliance in Indian films. And secondly, something called as surrogate advertisement of tobacco control. Talking about my interview, I was not कॉटपा पढ़ा है for MDS के टाइम पे रटा था, but वो सारे sections and उनका applicability didn't know much. And I think with Union, bookish say I got into field, and these two research projects were where I worked in 11 Indian states. And it was a multi-centric project where it started with developing an app, and then doing the research. And so I was the research coordinator and coordinating with 11 NGO partners. So this was a great exposure under the team, Dr. Rana J. Singh, who has been my supervisor, and Mr. Pranay Lal, who's been part of it. So I had great mentors. I was fortunate to learn the tenets of tobacco control. This picture is taken from Union World Lung Conference in Hyderabad, 2020. So this was a great exposure for me. Of course, I was not working I was working in the project so far. Yeah. So didn't present anything here, but then great international exposure, I would say. Talking about, sorry, my screen is stuck here. Denzi, can you confirm? Can you see? Denzi?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So in the picture, this is, I think, Bihar Health Minister Shri Mangal Pandey ji. So that was the inaugural, and I think you can see in the previous picture, people are dancing with the bang. This was again great public health kind of beginning ceremony of this conference. So few pictures from the conference, of course. Again, well learned people I had the opportunity to be with, and some fun memory. Uh, Now I think now I'm working in the capacity of in the tobacco control team as a technical advisor, monitoring and evaluation. That's been since 2020 June till today. So the role is pretty simple. That is strengthening the national tobacco control program that exists in the country, and how capacity building and strengthening could be done, policy implementation, advocacy. And whenever we get the opportunity to do kind of investigative research or operational research, I would call it, in tobacco control, that happens on and off. Now only few pictures which are there, part of COVID-19, which are virtual. So yeah, so that's that. So that being the public health and dental public health to sum up, and I have a last slide of few links which are content creation, which is, I think, would started as a just an curious Instagram social media page, but now something which I want to expand on it. ऐसा कुछ broadly नहीं सोचा है कि यही करना है public health activist बन के. But then I am, it's a fun page. The other side of me, I've named it Rendition. But then now I'm trying to build a few content which is public health as well, to put a message out there. And I am trying myself. I'm trying to find good amount of time whenever I get, and I can really bring that platform, and something where I think people should also know and experiment or look upon. Uh, I think I would just, if with your permission, I'm not sure if this link can play. I can share on the chat if you can play, but I'll try. So yeah, so we'll just see. This is nothing to do with tobacco control, although. So this is one day, public health day, I would say, called as International Men's Day. This is one interview which happened by D for Delhi, and I am just going to, yeah. Please let me know if you can hear it.
I think
Lindsay,
you'll
can
have
you
to
hear
share.
it?
No. I think you'll have to just stop share and share again with the sound. Your audio.
Okay, wait. Stop share, and I should share the link with you.
No. Just share your screen again and make sure the sound box is checked towards the end of the Zoom button. Yeah.
From my side, it's
From your, yeah, just
kahan se?
okay. Did you find the share screen button? Can you see your windows opened up?
Yeah, so
Okay. वहाँ एक lower left में there is a छोटा सा share sound option. तो भी image के साथ वो भी share हो जाएगा, even the audio.
here speakers पे नहीं.
हाँ. नहीं. You'll have to end this whole sharing option first.
I did.
Okay. अभी click on share screen.
Okay.
You can see multiple windows, right? उसके left corner में एक छोटा सा share sound वाला option दिख रहा है.
So it's music or sound, computer sound only currently.
Yes. Else you can just put in the chat box. I think I can open the link for you. Okay. I'll just receive the link. Just give me a minute. Okay. Are you able to see my screen now?
Hi guys, we are back on Delhi streets and this time we are going to talk about International Men's Day. So International Men's Day एक चीज़ होती है, डरो मत होती है और it's on 19th of November. तो
Is the audio fine? Okay.
हम लोग अब पूछने वाले लोगों से, लड़कों से कि वो लोग क्या सोचते हैं इंटरनेशनल मेंस डे के बारे में. चलो. So first of all, have you heard about International Men's Day?
बस पता था कि कब होता है बट कभी उतना वेटेज मिला नहीं है तो कभी रियलाइज नहीं हुआ.
We have International Men's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new.
So it's on 19th of November.
भाई का दिन है.
हाँ, भाई का दिन है. Tell me your weirdest breakup reason that you've ever got.
When my girlfriend ditched me. इतनी एक्साइटिंग लाइफ नहीं रही अब तक.
अच्छा.
Maybe in upcoming years. She's sitting with someone and I saw.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be harsh. 8th class की बात है.
अच्छा.
We were just, puppy love. Okay. So I got her temptation. वो उसके साथ भाग गई जो ओरियो से लाया था.
Family issues.
Because I'm non-vegetarian and I don't follow Radhe Krishna as strongly as I should. She knows about it and yeah.
Okay. Do you travel in the metro?
A lot.
Okay. So there are reserved seats for women. So कभी आपने frustration में आके कभी किसी लड़के को बोला है कि आप तू सीट से उठ, जैसे लड़के उठा देती है.
हड़काए तो नहीं लेकिन गुस्सा बहुत आता है. कुछ गर्ल्स होती हैं जो उस चीज़ को रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करती हैं, लाइक कि उनको स्पेशल कोच मिला है, स्टिल दे स्टे हियर, और इवन ओल्डर लेडीज आती हैं तो उनको जगह नहीं देती है. दैट इज समहाउ डिसरिस्पेक्टफुल. उनको इतना प्रिविलेज मिल रहा है तो दे शुड बी सेंसिबल इनफ टू support others as well.
Honestly, I would say that I have felt when I'm totally tired and exhausted that when we talk about equality and shouldn't be the case always, because they do have a separate compartment coach altogether, and then also there's a reservation.
The way I see reservation is if someone really needs it, I only look at them like, elderly. No offense to anyone.
Right. Women's Day होता है women's के rights के लिए, तो Men's Day पे आप अपना क्या right मांगना चाहते हो?
The way I see it, men are always looked at as creatures who don't feel anything, who always have to be strong, whatever they portray. I think men can cry is seen as a taboo. तू लड़का है, तू कैसे रो सकता है, तू कैसे soft हो सकता है. What I want to say, end of the day, we are all humans. We have feelings too. So if we feel soft, there's nothing wrong about it.
हम लोग जैसे मेट्रो में बैठते हैं, मेट्रो में सीट्स इक्वल एरियाज है, लेकिन गर्ल्स क्या कहते हैं, आप हो जाइए, हमें बैठना है. जब इक्वल लिया है तो आप भी स्टैंड हो सकते हैं, हम भी स्टैंड हो सकते हैं.
तो आपको मतलब मेट्रो में सीट रिजर्वेशन का राइट चाहिए? ओके.
जब गर्ल्स के लिए तो फिर मेंस के भी होना चाहिए.
राइट.
The people keep nagging that you are men, you are doing this, or like you are feminist, you are not, you take girls for granted. So people and the society keep talking about this again and again through different sources. But
to men,
to men or to anybody, but they're not working towards it.
Right.
So it's better they work towards it.
I would say, जैसे मैं पहले भी बोल रहा था कि if it's about equality, it should be gender equal. So rather than compartmentalizing genders, men, women, we should focus on better things to be a better individual by being a better human being, and probably telling our generation and the next generation to be honest about things and not cheating and not be sly to people, and being a good human being rather than fighting for being men and women. We all are human and it doesn't matter.
Basically fighting for equal rights.
It's International Men's Day. We have other genders also. We can end up having LGBTQ and it will be endless.
Right.
So probably a bit better human being would be a better, looking towards better human rights.
Right.
Should be a better thing. Celebrating that probably.
Okay. So we talked to a lot of guys here in Champa Gali in Saket, and what I realized was कि चाहे लड़का हो या लड़की हो, they all need equality. So let's make this International Day only about equality and not fight for men versus women. And you let us know in the comment section down कि आपको क्या लगता है International Men's Day कैसे मनाया जाता है?
Okay, all right. So yeah, Shivam, I think can I go on to the rest of the videos? Is that okay? I can't hear you. Sorry. Could you unmute? Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you were not you were like बहुत बोल लिया है enough now mute रहे.
डीडी वाला चला दो.
Yeah, so DD1 is actually a interview or DD National from May 2017. I think you have to go to the next slide. Just click it.
हाँ, I got it.
Very small clipping. This was held talk show.
Yeah, so this is the preview.
Yeah.
This is the video.
हैं डॉक्टर शिवम और अवेयरनेस की बात की और जैसा कि एक कॉलर का भी हमारे पास फोन आया था वो छोड़ना चाहते हैं. अभी हमने रैली देखी आपके हॉस्पिटल में किस तरह से लोगों को जागरूक किया जाता है, तो कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहता है लोगों का और आप किस तरह से लोगों को काउंसिल करते हैं कि आप तंबाकू का सेवन छोड़ दें, चाहे वो स्मोकिंग हो या किसी भी फॉर्म में टोबैको यूज हो.
गुड इवनिंग. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल कि ये हम पूरी भारत के जनता को ऐसा प्रोग्राम दिखा रहे हैं. फर्स्टली जो हम ये इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, टोबैको इज अ बिहेवियर आज के टाइम पे, ना सिर्फ एक एडिक्शन है जैसे कि हम बात कर रहे हैं हमारे घरों में एक आदत है, हमारे माता पिता या कोई भी बड़े बूढ़े लोग, तो फिर क्या किया जाए. तो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट इज अवेयरनेस. तो जो आपने टीवी पे देखा, मौलाना आजाद इंस्टीट्यूट डेंटल साइंसेज ने एक प्रोग्राम किया था अवेयरनेस, तरह तरह के माध्यम यूज किए गए थे, रैली की गई थी.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's again 1 minute. The interview is quite long.
That was at
IT is next, like a 30-second clipping for tobacco industry. This is again I had developed using some high funda Sony software, which I'm not really good at, but yeah, I tried.
Okay.
This was a part of competition actually.
I could have been a part of a similar shoot, gaining more fame. I could have received more love from you all. Being in front of the camera was something that I really loved. It promised me that there won't be any smoke. It promised me that it won't take my life. It promised me that it will reduce the harm. It promised me that it's not going to be the same. Just look in the mirror. You promised, didn't you? It was right. It's not going to be the same. I looked at it in the mirror.
So it was the mirror image of TI, which is tobacco industry. So that was the entire concept. I think we can just play one more and the if you're fine with it, which is
yes, please.
Wedding customs.
Wedding customs. All right. Okay.
Oh, Lakshmi sir has joined. Wow. I'll give you the backdrop. You can just play.
You are somebody that we don't know, but you're coming at my friends like a missile. Why are you mad when you could be glad? Sunshine on the street at the parade, but you would rather be in the dark age, just making that sign. Must have taken all night. You just need to take several seats and then try to restore the peace and control your urges to scream about all the people you hate. 'Cause shade never made anybody less gay. So
yeah, so a bit backdrop of that was a cousin's wedding, and the scene goes to, you know, we have a lot of I wouldn't say orthodox, but fixed mentality after a certain age, or even at an age where, you know, we live in boxes. So, and if it's not wise to call it traditional mindset here, because even now we have for a lot of things. So this is just, again, it was a part of some random competition on Instagram, but this is one real life event which I made a video out of, where the एक तो ये चीज है कि मेहंदी लड़की ये करती है, लड़का ये करता है, and ये नहीं हो सकता. And secondly was a mockery which we heard that someone among the guests, pretty senior, one of our relatives, said something like, Mehendi is like marination of the bride before getting married. So how cheap it sounded for me that time, and not that great, but some things you just listen things क्योंकि बड़ों ने कहा है, and someone people who are, and you just digest things. So I think that's something which among the crowd, चाहे कितने बड़े लोग थे या छोटे लोग थे, who were agreeing with us, did not go down well with all of them. And I think to my father who's in the picture, he was pretty fun, and of course he was like, हम मेहंदी लगाएंगे, and he was the first in the queue to get the mehendi done, and it's like a slap on the face of that person. Of course, I shouldn't be that disrespectful, and I was, you can see, among the second. And after that, after us, there was a long queue. It was pretty simple thing which I am just putting out there. It's not that we are just thinking and aligning ourselves, because everyone is speaking and talking about things today. And right now, when you see, now there are media content, so many things which are happening apart from Facebook. Facebook is pretty much old. There is Clubhouse, Instagram, and people are, LinkedIn has gone so professional, and everyone knows how to use and utilize content. So that's something I feel is an opportunity for public health, and everyone can, if they have interest, make use of it. So, yeah. Mahabalipuram is just one of my travel journey, and again I've taken historical glimpses. So if we have time, you can play. Otherwise, that's that. So that's another thing on the Instagram which I am interested in. Have travel stories. So this is the Shore Temple, and I've given the journey.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Shivam.
I have been saying a lot now. Over to you.
All right. Okay. So, okay, I think, opening thoughts on this, such a marvelous journey so far. Right from those days in Manipal, the ramp walks, and yes, of course, the radiology department, and everything, the Mehendi, the Mahabalipuram, the Union, maids, and of course, at the heart of it, GDCRI. So many experiences, right? So at the outset, Shivam, I think if we could just have, we can start off the discussion, we can chit chat. Now, at the outset, when you tried to discover all these things, right? What was the major driving force? Because I'm like me and everybody else here would like to know, because you have gotten into various ventures and various experiences. Was it a conscious decision to be different, to try more and experiment more, or was it? How do you like to put it across?
I think there's no one short answer to it. I think it's been a mixed bag, following a lot of signals and having some incline. And even though if it's the conventional things, I think there has been some personal touches of how I would like to have fun and meaning to all of it. And I think the rest of the things have just happened. In the end, all of us, you and me, are just stories. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much.
True. Another thing, Sham, like right from the journey, right? All of these things, what really stood out to any onlooker, like, someone who's just probably gotten to know you since a relatively lesser time, is the dedication. I mean, we really must appreciate that at every point of time, you were very grounded to what you were doing. Even if it was an off-stage performance, or was it working for serious causes and for public health, related issues. It's as if, like, you took everything together as a part of you, and it molded ahead of all. How was it post MDS, because that is again a very important transformative time in everybody's life. What made you decide that these shall be the rest, the next couple of years? Because the decision to take up senior residency, was it for the clinical exposure, or was it for to work under these areas? Like, how did you want to take the MDS in public health dentistry forward?
I'll take you even back.
Yes, please.
So MDS, before MDS, I wanted to be in Indian Army. So before MDS also, I like Manipal, I got done. 2010 was the final year over, and 2011 when we were doing the internship. And during 2011, there was no Indian Army exam which you have to give separately. Don't have to show your AIPG score, which is the scene now or rank. That time your all BDS marks were counted, and if you are selected, there's a aggregate and they shortlist you. I was selected. Then there's an interview. I was interviewed and I was pretty much excited. So if you say, initially it was the doctor thing, तो doctor बन गए. Dentistry के बाद भी again Indian Army was where I wanted to be in public health, I would say. And interview was pretty great in Delhi. I came all the way from Manipal. I think 5 of us got shortlisted, and 3 of us made in the interview, and 1 of us finally got the job. I didn't. Medical didn't happen for me. I have a semi-flat feet. So yeah. So that was, I'll be honest, the cue for me. Ke academics, I was pretty okay. कि पढ़ तो रहे हैं, मतलब टॉप वॉप किया था एंड पढ़ सकते हैं आगे. So MDS happened कि I'll take that. BDS के बाद भी I had worked for a month in a charitable clinic. I would say my first salary was $1,200. That's what I earned initially. That was again 2011 when I gave KCET and All India exam, and I was here. And finally, MDS happened, and I think after MDS, like coming on to your question now, first thing I should tell you what I did was I made my CV. Deepa ma'am helped me to make the CV. I would make her. And we copied and we made some 8 pages. I had named all the conventions and workshops in it, I'll tell you. So then 8-page long, I didn't know how to make it. And when I got back to home, first thing I did was I went to 5 Delhi NCR colleges with my CV. Job change. That's what I did. And
yeah, I think someone's just a minute.
Yeah, I think that's my nephew and my sister. So okay.
Yes,
so yeah, so that's the first thing which I did. I told you we didn't know much ke iske aage kya kaise hai. The only thing was to apply in a dental college, and that's what online colleges, and start mailing. And I think I mailed around 150 dental colleges in 2 days. I did it. Or nothing बस jobs इधर उधर ढूंढो. Another experience I would say, I went to Singhar Dental College, stayed there for a week, Pune. This was the sabbatical between. This was before giving the maid's exam and after clearing PGI Chandigarh.
Okay.
I didn't know that senior residency also exists before coming to Delhi till my PG. I think now people are pretty much aware about things and even the research options. Not much. I had heard of ICMR, but I did not know the research projects exist. I mean, like PGs and maids, they have good knowledge. I was pretty dumb about कि इसके अलावा क्या है, बस मेन स्ट्रीम पता है, आर्ट सिनेमा नहीं पता है, आई वुड से. सो ऐसे कुछ नहीं था कि क्या करना है. एंड जब सीनियर रेजिडेंसी पता चला एंड कि एक ही पोस्ट होता है एंड दैट टू डिपेंड्स कि जनरल है या कैटेगरी है, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स वी ऑल विटनेस ऑल ऑफ इट. So luckily it was a general seat, both PGI and this, and yeah, that happened. That's
okay.
And like I mentioned about the dental, non-dental thing which I tried was the breast cancer public health venture. That was with another friend of and junior of mine, Sumedha Kushwaha. You must be very well aware of her. So because she introduced me to it and I got to know कि ऐसा भी कुछ है and I can try, because that also I got because they were looking for someone who knows Kannada. They wanted someone to be placed in Bangalore. So that was my, cue as well. कि हाँ ये शायद कर लेगा. So things happened and maids again नहीं होता, नहीं पता होता. And of course it's a 3-year residency. हर PG को उस time पे नहीं मिलता है. So it's pretty much luck, destiny and grabbing the moment.
Yeah, Shivam. So I think now that you've put it out and how you've made your choices, one peculiar thing is, especially for dentists and public health, or public health dentists as all we are, whatever we do, I think that gets reflected the way we deal with public health. I think yours is a classic example of how you've brought the art, the music, the literature, the fashion, the grooming, the styling, everything, right? You just can't separate the person from what he or she does. This is particularly, I mean, in fact, we were really happy to look at the initiatives that you've done, the IT short film, or it could be for tobacco. All of these actually multiple shades of a person in which they explore the canvas of imagination that adds really good volume to the way you deal with public health. I think never at once in this entire journey of yours was something placed above the other. I think they were dealt with love and passion equally. That's really impressive. Now, when it comes to content creation, like as a public health dentist, as a public health professional, now that you're working with broad aspects of lung and tuberculosis with the union, what would you like to say for students who are who would want to venture, because they do come with a varied skill set, being Instagrammers and being social media influencers, and since you have had experience in that, what would you give them takeaways from today?
3 words. Firstly, keep your eyes open. So opportunity, if you would like to call it that, is everywhere. It's like that Pokemon game. You keep on looking around and you have to just grab. But then again, don't be like, even if you do, and if you would know that if it's not there for you, like sitting in a dental college, I would be very happy. But depends on the other person who is finding it very boring. Like मैं सिर्फ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन को सिर्फ थीसिस के पेपर ही चेक करवाता रहूँ. But then it's up to you. No, you start implementing, you start approaching colleges. Of course, a lot of pictures here are not tobacco control. So yeah, so again, it all depends upon you, what you want to and how you want to streamline yourself. Even being in a non-dental college, you can have the incline, because if you're talking about how students should be motivated, I think even the smallest competition, national, international competitions which occur in tobacco control, in malaria elimination, in tuberculosis, I think there are a lot of ventures on government, non-government portals where technology is now being demanded and asked for. There are a lot of infographic competition. If you talk about very small level, I think IA PhD is a good page where they showcase a lot of colleges having those national level competition. If you want to move beyond IA PhD, go on to websites and find out such a thing. A classic example, if I would like to give you, is like Johns Hopkins organizes this GGTC annual competition, and they ask you to develop GIFs, short films, infographics, posters. It's not just like how we make a full 300-word abstract and MRAD format. No, it's like, if have you looked on to a WHO poster, how much area of information is out there? It's just 8 words, 2-3 pictures, and a message. So if it really depends, if you have such a passion, you would, I think, definitely explore. I mean, okay, I'll just ask you, Denzi, who's your favorite actor? Now it's your interview time.
Okay. I would say, yeah, Ayushmann Khurrana.
Okay, Ayushmann Khurrana पहले से actor था या क्या करता था?
No, I think I saw him launch from Roadies. Yeah, he was he was a VJ, yeah, VJ and media works.
Do you remember his appearance? Do you remember his incisors?
Bilkul.
So yeah, so I don't think every one of us who don't have that Ayushmann Khurrana favorite has done our homework. It's your favorite. You have an interest. You find him, influencing towards your nature, and you did your homework. So I think that's how everything works. So it's public health or anything in life. If you want to look out, you look out. It's that counts.
Okay.
Everything is out there.
And yeah, Shivam, I think that's very thoughtful and very interesting insights which the present students need to learn. Pick on and find out and do your research. In fact, the world is so much more smaller today than it was earlier, that it actually helps you connect across and lead to different things. And remember, guys, I think you create your opportunities, you knock your own windows, and you break your own doors. And that's the whole idea how you like to bring this. Okay, so moving on to other aspects, I think let's just open this up for this thing. Okay, so quickly I request all the audience, I think quickly if you could put on your videos, we could see you and we could just take some questions for Shivam. I think we'll start with our teachers and what they'll have to say about Shivam, and also of course his friends and everybody else. I do know a couple of them here, but some of them who are from Shivam's side, again, please feel free to go out. Let me just give you access to unmute yourselves. Okay, yeah. I think now you all can unmute yourself. We can go. I think we can start off with Dr. S.S. Hiramat, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a very nice thing that happy to see the way he has traveled from the undergraduate days from Manipal to the present, the place he's working for in Union. Very innocently, he has told that the different areas he explored and ultimately landed up one of the most important component of public dentistry was taking care of the health of the public, that is in terms of tobacco control. And probably, I don't think that he has mentioned anyway that during undergraduate and postgraduate, he had an ambition or he had a vision that I must pursue my career in this particular line, in this particular field. He must have simply jumped into the ocean for learning the swimming, but ultimately because of his commitment and his interest, he has developed in the different areas and came out successfully. I'm sure a lot of has to be explored further. And with his passion for that kind of a commitment, I'm sure he's going to be a successful one. And at a particular point of time that he might lead some kind of clues or an avenues for youngsters to follow so that they can also fulfill their wishes. And thank you very much, Shivam Kapoor, that I was happy to go through your so-called journey so far. It is very nice, and wishing you all the best in future endeavors. And thank you, Dr. Denji, for creating an opportunity for many people like this to explore their interest and to know that what all the various things can be undertaken. And sometimes they can be models, they can be leading to some avenues for somewhere. Thank you so much.
Sir, Hiramat sir?
Yes.
Sir, there is one textbook named Public Health Dentistry. It's in your book only. You only wrote that book. Congratulations. It has been told that we should refer at very heartiest congratulations to you, sir.
Let me just mention to everyone, this is
Sir,
our...
Hiramat sir.
Yes, Karthik. Yes, Karthik.
Sir, I want to talk to you. Hiramat sir.
Go
yes,
on,
please tell
go
me.
on. Sir is listening to you. Go on.
Sir, congratulations. We have been, Denji sir told us that we should refer now Public Health Dentistry book name SS Hiramat. But you are talking. Congratulations, heartiest from my bottom of the heart. Very happy for you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Hiramat sir, this is one of our students.
Professor or what?
Sir is a very senior professor.
Matlab, he used to teach in your college or what?
No. Sir was working in CDC Bangalore. In fact, Karthik, if you just saw a presentation by Dr. Shivam, that Government Dental College, Sir was the former dean cum director at Government Dental College, and Sir is a legend and is a part of all the deliberations.
Sir is means Denji sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir is little very aged, no? 60 plus, 65 plus he's looking.
I don't think.
Thank you.
But I like talking to you, sir.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Very, very sweet.
Even to Hiramat sir, I like talking to him.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you very much and take care.
That was, we had a surprise. In fact, he's one of our students, a third BDS student, who's just been introduced to public health dentistry. I think it's going to be a fanboy moment for him. That I just told him to read from the textbook, and the person who has authored him has appeared in front of him. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Hiramat sir, for thoughts on Shivam's journey as well. And then we can think. Okay, moving on to Dr. Manjunath Puranik sir. I think we like to hear from sir as well, because he's someone who's seen Shivam through his postgraduate years and has been a part of his journey of learning and experimenting. And you would say the crucial 3 years of post-graduation, which has empowered him to do so much more and God willing, to greater things as well in life. Yes, Dr. Puranik sir.
Yeah, I'm very happy for Dr. Shivam. As I've seen him as a student, 2012 to 15, Shivam is a very humble, enterprising character. He was very active and volunteer to all the events. It is not just that he worked in the department, to take part in extracurricular activities also. What I found in him was he was always on time, on dot. He was never late. I'm not talking about the time, what we really follow. It is with respect to the activities. So he was always ahead, and he was most often clear about what he should do. That is something which I think takes him forward. And also other aspect is he's creative. This is something which I think public health dentists need to have. So it is not just we take something from the books and go ahead. We need to be innovative. We have to look or explore various things. I'm happy that Shivam is doing a good job. I wish him all the best. Take care, Dr. Shivam. We are all proud of you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Manjunath Puranik sir, Shivam's teacher from CDC, and his crucial years of learning in post-graduation. Quickly now, I think if we could move on to some of his peers and juniors and colleagues, I think I'd like to invite Dr. Rashmi to please share her thoughts of learning and experiences, especially at MAIDS when Dr. Shivam was doing his senior residency. Yes, Dr. Rashmi. I think she's not. Okay. All right.
I
We
can
also
see
have Dr.
Varun and Sneha actually.
Yes, yes. Sneha also from Maids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sneha. Hi, Sneha.
Good evening, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi Sneha. Please switch on your video so that I can see your lovely face.
There you are.
Hello.
Great. Now that you waved at your amazing senior there, I think you should be spilling some secrets about him. Yes, go on, Sneha.
Yes, sir. Sir, I've known Shivam sir since my introduction, and he's always ready to answer a lot of the queries related to academics, but even no matter other activities we get. So, and you can reach out to him at any time, any. He's just being a great mentor. Even now, after completing his residency, I think I'm very comfortable in asking any query I have, anything it is.
Okay.
Only
Anything,
not,
anywhere.
I think he mentioned to spill the beans, not
I know.
only saying that. You should follow him.
Yes, Sneha.
It's not your viva. You are already passed out, and
Exactly.
I'm not grading.
Okay, tell us something about Shivam which we don't know as of now yet. Yes. I think I can ask Varun that question. Varun's also here. Yes, Varun. Hi, Varun. Varun is there. Okay. Okay.
Hi, sir. The one thing about sir that no one else knows. I think one thing which I noticed was when I was studying under him, like he's attentive to each and every person equally. Like he is impartial to everyone and he encourages everyone. Like he has that personal attention to each and everyone and motivates us all to do better. So yeah, I think that's the thing.
Okay.
That was really nice. Okay, thank you, Varun, for connecting with us and joining in here. Okay, I think we have I think another faculty member, Dr. Krishna Priya, is there, who's joined us in. Yes, Dr. Priya, I think if you would like to say a few words. Dr. Rashmi, do we have you yet? I'm not sure if she can hear us. Yes. Okay, so we'll just wait for a couple of minutes. I think if anybody else wants to pitch in before I have a couple of questions towards the end. Yeah, Shivam. So looking back, I think your journey from Maids all the way, I'm sorry, from MCODs to GDCRI and then Maids and at the Union right now. How much as a person, with social consciousness, with a free will for creativity, and also someone who's quite experimentative, how have you seen yourself evolve? When of course there would be times where you would introspect back on where have I done or what have I done and all of these things, and like we say, how much of that were you able to appreciate in yourself and grow as a person, looking back at these years?
I think all the experiences which we have make us what we are today, at present, and that's how we keep evolving. I think that's all of it which has reflected over the years in me, I would say, and I think in people who I pay attention to. That's how things work. Uh, I believe. So about evolving, I think there's no one sure shot direction, because I think when I discussed this with you, Hiramat sir also mentioned that if he had that vision in mind. So there are hints and pecks which I have picked, and otherwise it's always an open bracket, and that's how I'm keeping it even now, because I don't think that just being and into this is the end of the world. I don't think that should be it, because there's one life and YOLO, you only live once. So that's how it should be. So even if it's public health dentist, dentist, a human being. So I think be open to everything and evolving. Like I said yesterday to you, I really love the poster which you made, and I would love to learn Corel and Photoshop. I don't know it. So that's pretty simple and easy evolution. I don't know, and I would want to know in this life. I'll try to make that.
Absolutely. I think that was a wonderful message from Dr. Shivam there. I think we all, need to learn and evolve with experiences. Most of all, I think we need to invest in people and what they undergo, because that's what we imbibe the most, and that's what makes us what we are today. And that was actually fantastically mentioned by Shivam, and through his process of transformative experiences from his undergraduation to post-graduation and henceforth. Quickly, I think for all of your audience here, I'd just like to put forth and tell that, yes, our boy Shivam is also quite big on Instagram. And in fact, the rendition, what he was mentioning about just a while ago, it's up there, and he has close to about 4,000 followers. Yes, again, he describes himself as a dentist and a public health professional and content creator. So please do go out and check out. You'll find a lot of relatable stuff there. There's a lot of traveling, and there's a lot of fashion tips, and there's a lot of experiences. So it's fun, guys. I mean, it's important to have all these aspects of your life as formative experiences, which make you what you are. And like we say, you need to live in the moment. You need to relish life and make the most out of it. And in that direction, it was great to have Shivam on the session today. Quickly, Shivam, if any of your friends or anybody whom you can see is there, in fact, anybody would like to say anything, please do raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat box. We did have Dr. Anita a while ago. I think you had a picture with her as well, right? Dr. Anita, who was there on one of the occasions, I think, for public health rallies, along with Dr. Hiramat sir and Puranik sir as well. So I think just leave a bit before that, we can wrap up the session for today. Closing thoughts from you, Shivam. What plans ahead? What lies, ahead for you as a person, because you're working at the international scene now with the union. Immediately, what are your plans, and how you would want to take all the aspects of this forward? Yes.
I think I'll just request if anyone has anything to say, can raise the hand. Meanwhile, I'll go on. Quick thoughts. I think something which with the union, because personal experience being a dentist, that being a postgraduate students don't know much of the tenets at the national level, how things work. And when we actually talk about advocacy and community awareness programs, when it's about national level health program, be it anything, since currently I have the privilege to work in tobacco control, so I at my level, I am looking forward to build capacity of the public health dentist. If it is within me, some efforts are on that lane. I would not like to label them now, but yeah, so that's with the all Indian public health dentists. Something is pretty much being planned up, but if the cards are right, I'm hoping that things move little faster. Uh, this is, I think, for me to give to my juniors as well. Something which I would want to send a message to all our, dear seniors and coveted professors, professionals who are there, wherever they are in their respective position. I'm sure they are doing their work, their job with all the sincerest efforts. I think creating opportunities also becomes a responsibility if at all we are in a place for public health students if they are opting such positions. So, when just Denzi told me we are, there's a fun thing 101. So that's something which clicked with me. Wow, what a cool thing he's doing, let's do this. So that's something, within, so nothing is like small or big. So within our capabilities, whatever you can do. So reaching out to your juniors, telling them the opportunities you have found on the newspaper is also a thing. And if you have become the dean of the institution, being a public health dentist, then I think collaborating with national level program in your institution and creating posts for dentists, specifically public health dentists, becomes a responsibility. Own it, being a public health dentist if you are in a position. And so pretty much that is giving back. And I think don't lose out yourself in the process of just doing what others want you to do. Keep doing what makes you you, so that you are alive as well. So ये नहीं है कि 40 years तक सिर्फ यही करते ही रह जाना है. I think if you feel like going to art school at the age of 60, you must. That's my message to
Nicely put. I think rightly said. Completely agree with what Shivam mentioned. In a world where you can be anything, guys, be yourself. I think Shivam truly stands by that and his choices. So keeping those thoughts in mind, I think I'd like to again extend immense gratitude to Dr. Shivam Kapoor for doing this. As all of you have witnessed over the last hour and a half, apart from his work, his hobbies are all traveling, sculpting, sketching, content creation, of course, the Instagram stories you all heard, a lot of social media influencer activities that he's been doing. And of course, he's also interested in cafe hopping and bathroom singing, as he describes that, which I didn't want to mention, but then I think I'll just leave you all with that. So thank you so much, Shivam, for doing this. It's been great, time spent. I think it's truly worthwhile listening to your journey, listening to your story. And definitely the students are going to be influenced, motivated to take up at least that, okay, you can venture into these areas and you can also take, direction forward, not losing out on quote unquote uniqueness, which is there in each of us. Thank you, Shivam, for doing this. Quickly, I'd like to, I think, also extend my thanks to all the faculty who have joined us here, the students we've had, of course. Thank you, Dr. S.S. Hiramat, sir, for being the constant source of inspiration for us. In fact, being very, very supportive through the entire process, particularly even for PhD 101 to have reached where it has today. Thank you, Dr. Manjunath Puranik, sir, for being there, constant pillar of support. In fact, we did have a lot of moments with, in this direction. Thank you so much, everybody else. I think everyone from Shivam's side, I think amazing experiences they've had. And of course, all the other people who've been watching this. We're really happy that you did this. And yes, any closing thoughts, Shivam, before we wrap the session up?
I think congratulations to PhD 101. Like I said, very creative and a fantastic job which you guys are doing. And I think, because it's a great example which you're putting out there for students that, there's not a unidirection teaching which happens. So it's not didactic, it's pretty much Socratic, and teaching is always you learn from a kid or from a senior, and there is no level of hierarchy. So I think it's been a pleasure what you're doing, and thank you for having me on a Sunday evening. And I extend my heartfelt thanks to Hiramat sir, Manjunath sir, and Sneha, Rashmi, my friends Daksh, Hina, Rodman, and Archit Naik, and Krishna Priya. And if I'm missing few names, I think Dr. Lakshmi sir was also there in the initial phase. So I think thanks all of you for being here, and it was a great e-coffee, and I would request if PhD 101 can send us all a good coffee as well.
All right, great. So I think quickly, if you could have everybody put on their videos, we could take a snapshot and preserve this memory. Yes, quickly, everyone who's still there in the session. Okay. Sneha, yes, we can see you. Yes, Hiramat sir is there.
So we can see Karthik as well.
Yeah, we can see Karthik as well. Lovely. Varun, Sneha.
Varun is right there from the beginning to the end. Wow. Thank you.
Okay. Daksh, Ranjana, Priya, Rashmi, all of them. Okay. So Great, awesome to have everybody here. I think great to have hosted such an amazingly talented Shivam, who's been very candid about his journey so far, and I'm sure it will continue to inspire many students and juniors who are willing to break the tandem and like we like to say, open new doors of possibilities. Thank you so much, Shivam. Thank you everybody, all the fantastic teachers and students and the whole purpose, I think, of having such a rendezvous session is to synergize on the energies. And like I said, we might be connected through a digital medium, but we are in the moment, we are humanizing the experience. So this is for real. This is going to be infectious. And Godspeed to you, Shivam. Amazing. God bless you, and continue to do the amazing work that you've been doing. And we'll be back soon. We have a very interesting session. In fact, today on account of, I think, August 1st being the Oral Hygiene Day. Also, let's all continue our crusade in promoting oral health awareness as dentists, as public health dentists, in our own capacities for the fullest benefit of the nation at large and individually as well. Thank you so much, Shivam. Thank you all, everybody. We'll see you all very soon at the next session. On Wednesday, we'll be having our regular academic sessions also. And just putting it out here that you can always reach out and check out the first ever, learning platform exclusively for public health dentistry, which is PhD 101. We have various teaching modules there for undergraduates or post-graduation. Apart from that, we have a lot of interesting blogs. We have rendezvous sessions like these. And then, of course, we have the best of faculty from across the country who are part of PhD 101, giving you the best learning experience possible. So thank you all so much for connecting in. I think we'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Stay home, stay safe. All of you stay connected. And yes, see you all very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And happy Friendships Day.
Happy Friendships Day. I think that is a perfect end to this amazing story so far. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shivam.
Thank you, sir.